This video is going to show you how to close out Facebook parties. So whether this was your launch or a party that another person was hosting for you, you're going to close them out the same way every time. So there's two ways to access the website that we use to close out these parties and to claim the hostess rewards. The website is called OrderPro Online, or we also sometimes call it APOL. So the way that you access that, the first way is through your back office. So I'm going to log into my back office and show you how to do that. Click the home button. And then you'll do resources, OrderPro, login now. So that'll take you to OrderPro. The other way to do that is to just have the OrderPro login on your desktop, which is orderpro.ubah.com. And I just have that saved as a favorite in my Chrome. And so then you can just click sign in. So either way, you are accessing the same thing. So there's two main tabs that you're going to be using. It's pending orders and completed orders. So as you can see, I have a pending supply order. I'm currently kind of working on this, figuring out what supplies I need. Under your completed orders, you'll see all of the parties that you've completed. So there'll be the PO number, order type, order name, the hostess, date completed, the total retail, and then you can access a kind of little snapshot of it by looking at the details, and it'll tell you if it's shipped or not and the tracking number for that. And so then you can also click select, and that'll go into the all of the details, the complete order. So I'm going to show you how to create a new order, and so this will be when you're closing out your launch party or closing out a party for another consultant. So you're going to need to click every time new order. Then you're going to fill in the hostess organization info. So if you are the hostess, you'll fill in your own information. If you're accessing a previous hostess, so if it's someone that's hosted for you before, you can click previous hostess. That'll pull up your previous hostesses. So this is an order that I'm personally closing out. So I'm going to fill in my own information. So tax rate, it all automatically populates based on the state and the zip code. So you don't need to do that. You only need to do tax exempt ID if you're working with a tax exempt organization or a school. So this will not be for any typical Facebook parties that you're doing. Ship to, this is important. You always want to select hostess organization because you want to make sure that you are not getting those books delivered to your house by accident. And also when you select hostess organization, that will make sure that the tax rate is for your hostess's state and not your own. So you're going to click next step, and then you're going to name your order. I just usually do the name of the hostess and Facebook party. The order type is home party, and this will be both for Facebook parties and home parties. It's the same thing. So I know if it wasn't an actual home party, it's still home party if it was an online party. The PO number will automatically populate. You don't need to change that. The party date you can change. You also don't need to change that. This is important if you're in your incentive period. This will say something like check to give this hostess double free rewards. And that requires a booking as well as $250 in sales. If you're not in your incentive period, this is just for the monthly hostess special. So you do one or the other, the double free if you're in your incentive period or the monthly hostess special if you're not. So if you click that, it'll tell you that you need to enter in a booking. So you want to enter in the hostess's name and the booking date. Then you're going to click next step. So this is where you enter in the free and discounted books, as well as any other free full retail books that the hostess wants to purchase. The first thing you want to do is if this is combined, the orders go in on your e-commerce site. So you're going to need to import that and tell OrderPro that the orders have already gone in your e-commerce site. So the way that you're going to do that is this blue import event button. So you click that. So I'm going to import my own event. So now you'll see that it says total retail sales, $311.74. It'll say commission 0. It's not because you didn't earn commission on this. It's because this only calculates any commission that you earn from any full retail books that are entered in here. So let's say that maybe the hostess special started at $350 and she just wants to get there and get those extra free books, whatever the hostess special is. So full retail is where you'll add those. And full retail is the only section where any of these books will count toward earning extra free and discounted books. So even if the free book rewards go over and it says that they're entered into full retail, it still will not count toward any extra free or discounted books. So those have to be in the full retail section. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to add in some full retail. And then the next section that you're going to be doing is the free host rewards. So that tells me that I've earned $50 in free hostess rewards. These are totally free books. So then you'll enter those in there. Just going to add a couple in. And then the next one you'll do is the half price host rewards. So you'll enter those in. It tells you your allowance remaining. And as you add books, the allowance remaining goes down and the total selected goes up. Finally, the other section that you'll use in this is the party bonus books. So this is $50 that you can use at 65% off. So there's a lot of ways that you can use this. One way that I always use it for is if I've offered someone a free book for hosting, I'll add that in here so that I can get 65% off of that book and only pay 35%. And then I'll just make sure to put in my credit card for the price, that 35% of that book. Another way you can use this is I like to do $10 at 65% off for every party the hostess's books. There's a ton of ways you can use this party bonus books category, but total it's $50 of books that you can get at 65% off, and either you can get 65% off the book or the hostess can get 65% off the book. So after all of your books are selected, you're going to click Next Step. This is a breakdown, an order summary breakdown. So this breaks down literally every aspect of the order, like the $2 hostess fee, subtotal, shipping, all of that. It is very long, and you really don't need to pay a ton of attention to it. You're completely welcome to look through every line item, but you don't need to. The total will come at the bottom, and then you'll click Next Step, and that'll show you total amount due for this order, $50.19. The total amount of payments that have been put in is $0. The total amount due from the consultant, because no payments have been put in, is the total for the order. So when you're putting in the hostess payment, you're going to click Add New Customer Payment. So you can put in, let's say you offered her free books that you paid maybe like $5 for, and so the amount that the hostess is paying is, let's say, $45.19. You'll put in all of her information, so you always need the payment type, name on card, card number, expiration date, billing, and the security code. You don't need to put in the phone number or the check number. So then you're going to click Add Next Payment, and it's going to show up here. It's going to say Payment Added when you click that, and then the amount is going to change. So it'll say total customer payments, it'll say $45.19, and then it'll say amount due from consultant $5. Consultant payment or credit is where you'll put in your own information to pay any remaining balance. So you'll put that in, and then you'll click Next Step. You'll click Review Order, and this is going to pull up some errors because I obviously haven't put in payment information. There's some other errors in this. So it'll say, wait a moment. It'll tell you where the errors are, where to fix it. So the next thing that you'll do is when it does come through with no errors, you'll click Submit Order, and then there's a place to post to your expense ledger so that you can keep track of your finances. So that is how you will close out your first Facebook party when you're doing your launch, and all subsequent Facebook parties that you do for your other hostesses.